guys, more Dave's Hot Chicken. For some reason it looks a bit odd, and I think it's because I asked for no pickles. And I don't know, it just looks kind of weird, but I do hope you guys enjoy. Got my Dave sauce here. I don't know about you guys, but my Dave sauce comes in like little jars, like little containers like that. But others I see are like squeezable, so yeah. There you go. One sec. Okay, hopefully that should be better. It doesn't feel like my entire hand is, engulfing the whole screen now. Both of these are mild because, I don't want to burn my tongue off. I got this one with cheese, just so you guys know. One second. Part of me is debating on whether this would be like the worst time to do a video like this, but the show must go on. I'm gonna give you guys my TBR that I've been reading, or that I have read. I think the last time I did one of these, it was a while ago. One more time. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the first book. So you guys know, I read Station 11, 4 out of 5 stars. Pretty decent. If you're going into it thinking that it is a zombie, well, not a zombie apocalypse, but a, post-apocalyptic story, you only get like this much of it, when I was expecting like all of it, Just a heads up. Next book I read was A Court of Thorns and Roses. This was actually a recommendation from one of my friends at work, and it's good. It's definitely a top 5 book of the year so far for me. Cheers. So, I love the world building in this book. Absolutely amazing. The realms, the courts, demons live, where the high fays live. It's all so cool to me. But, and there's a but, I genuinely, it's a romantasy, so it's romance and fantasy and not just fantasy. And I think the only discrepancy is that the romance is first and the fantasy is second rather than the other way around. And I think that's where it kind of lost me a bit. Yeah, I think in that it was kind of, okay. Dunk. Had to get a napkin. But once again, really good book. I actually bought the second one. I'm gonna read through that one, but not right now. Definitely gonna be later on into the year, if you know what I mean. And after this point, you guys probably just think I'm reading another book, but no, I finished 2 more books. So I read The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. I actually really enjoyed this book. On Goodreads, they were not, very kind with him, with his rating on this book. But I really enjoyed it. Of course, it's without its flaws. So this book is a thriller. So it's, like an unalive mystery. Trying to figure out who's the culprit. But everybody in the book is kind of creepy, if that makes sense. And I will admit the reveal of who the killer was is kind of like, okay, I think for me, the biggest surprise was figuring out who was doing a certain action throughout the book. That's where I was like, whoa, really? They were responsible? That's crazy. But I mean, yeah, it's still a good book to me. On Goodreads, a 3.5 stars, kind of like, average. It's an average book, but I liked it. This is definitely in my top 5 of the year as well. I'm patting it. You can't see it, but yeah. Now on to the next book. Also, the reason why some people probably didn't see this, I read this in about 3 days. And the next book I read in about 5. The book that I read was Piranesi by Susanna Clark. This book is so weird. So it starts off on like this journal format, and essentially the guy. Spoilers, but the book is about a man who lives in this labyrinth with these statues of these weird, sculptures. And they're all independent, like a labyrinth where it just keeps going and going and going. But every statue, thousands of statues in a room, they're all distinct, they're all different. He's not alone in the labyrinth. There's another guy who's there. And every 3 days they talk about their findings and whatnot. They're both researchers. This is actually a really short book. It's like 245 pages long. I could just tell that the book was very well thought out. Very well thought out. Now, onto the book that I'm reading currently. This book is equally so difficult to read, so good in terms of its literary, prose, how the book is written. And this book is so freaking violent that I am thankful and glad they have not tried to make a movie adaptation of this book. Blood Meridian. I am about 70 pages in, exactly 70 pages in. So I'm about right here, And I'm only 70 pages in, and I feel like I've seen and read things that I had no business reading. But it's like watching a car accident. It's like a morbid curiosity. You can't take your eyes away from it. I would love to tell you guys the things that I've read so far, but it's so viscerally disturbing that I just don't know if I can, even on this platform. I'll briefly mention one. Okay, so in this book, they come across a tree of babies. That's all I'm gonna say. And with that, my appetite's honestly kind of done anyway. Sorry if you're eating with me. But I do want to thank you all for the support as well. That's a horrible transition, I swear, but seriously, I'm grateful for you guys. Hope to be done with this by the end of the week, and I'll see you guys in the next one, okay?